to go back to the very beginning of his life with all of his memories and experiences intact? Would he have the time and opportunity to finally beat Sukuna? Could he stop Kenjaku from enacting his plan? Would he be able to stop the tragedies that strike those that he cares about? Well, this will be a little more interesting from your average time travel reincarnation twist because in Jujutsu Kaisen, the afterlife is a real thing, and we see Gojo go there just chilling with his old high school buddies. So will this still happen? Well, for this scenario to work, we'll go with the yes, because in that afterlife, Gojo hears a strange ring and the sound of a crying baby. None of the others seem to hear it, so he goes to investigate, and there he finds a train that looks ready to depart. Gojo intuitively knows it's a second shot, a chance to start over from the beginning, to be reborn. The others, like Geto and Nanami, tell him to let it go, to finally enjoy the peace and let him live life and move on. The new generation can take things from there, but Gojo can't. While he believes in his students and their abilities, he also doesn't want them to go through this alone. He has so many regrets, lost friends, and the names of so many people that he's lost over the years, and he sees a chance to fix it. So he goes on the train and finds himself opening his eyes as a newborn baby. He remembers everything from the beginning to his end, and he plans to change all of it. But first, he must go through one of the most brutal tasks out there, being a baby. You'd think it's all fun and games because all babies do is cry and sleep and eat and poop, but that's because we're too tiny to know how humiliating it is. But Gojo has the mind of an adult trapped in the body of a baby. He has a few rough years going for him, enough to break some men. But time passes, and his desperation to not be completely helpless lets him unlock some of his cursed energy early on, letting him do things that most babies can't. And with that comes his plan, to save Japan from the threats that'll arise and stop the tragedies that'll come to pass. And it all starts with one man, Geto Suguru. To save everyone, he needs to save the one man who mattered to him most. As time passes by and Gojo finally grows into his childhood body, he thinks about when he can start making changes to the past, but decides it's best to let things play out for the time being, since he doesn't know what his actions could cause in these early scenarios, which means no telling anyone else of his reincarnation, which really just works because who on earth would believe a 4-year-old, even one as gifted as him? So when he once again notices Toji Fushiguro staking him out, he makes sure to let Toji know that not only does he notice, but he knows. And just because Gojo's letting the story play out as it would for now doesn't mean he's not going to be prepared for the worst. The guy is simultaneously a genius and a prodigy, and while the past Gojo was confident in his strength and abilities, time and again, his arrogance and his habit of letting his guard down caused him losses. So this time, he'll make sure to be prepared for any circumstance. That means that Gojo's already starting his training pretty early on, developing his cursed energy as young as 4. He'll keep it quiet though. He knows the timings, behaviors, and all of the other little details of those around them, so he knows how to fool them. What once took him years to learn is now possible in just a few months, thanks to his experience from his past life. So things happen pretty much the same way until he meets the man who caused him so much pain and joy, Geto, in Jujutsu High. Gojo tries to keep his guard up, stop himself from getting too close in case he ends up failing and going through the pain he did before, but he fails that miserably. Gojo has always lived a lonely existence, and deep down, all he wanted was a bond, someone he can see as an equal, and Geto was just that for Gojo. Geto, of course, has no idea about any of this and just assumes it's because Gojo's a spoiled brat with too much power, but in the end, their friendship begins again, and things continue like usual for a time because the comfort of having friends by his side actually makes Gojo forget his troubles. He keeps telling himself that he's got time now, he's prepared, he's already way stronger than he was before thanks to his experience. Everything will be fine. Then, the mission arrives. Despite his plan to keep track of everything, Gojo's new lease on life made him careless again, and the mission for the Star Plasma vessel arrived faster than he anticipated. He and Geto are tasked with keeping her safe, and Gojo knows that this is the catalyst that leads to so much tragedy down the line. But it won't happen again. He's prepared, he's so much stronger. Riko Amanai will be safe this time, won't she? Gojo lets Riko do all the things she did before,